Alright guys, you're welcome back to the channel. My name is Maxwell from Max Multimedia. Alright, so if in case you are new on this channel, over here on this channel we do Photoshop and Coreldraw tutorials on graphic design and tech skills. So over here was my previous design which I designed in Photoshop, and today I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to design this same thing in Coreldraw. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell icon so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And now guys, let's roll. Alright guys, so over here we are in Coreldraw 2020. So what I'm going to do is to just go ahead and then click on my new document here, and then I'm going to go with, alright, so 5 by 5 inches resolution, say 300, and then say I can name my work to say the vessel of honor. Alright, so that's actually going to be the theme of what we are going to be designing. Alright, so I'll just click on OK here. Okay, so let me show you. Over here are the resources. Okay, the resources we are going to use to design this. So from here I'll just drag this red carpet background to Coreldraw like this. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give my background a fill. Okay, as you can see there is nothing on it, so I'm just going to double click my rectangle tool like this to have, let me drop the rectangle tool. So as you can see I now have a fill, but let me give it a color here, and then it has black outline, so I'll just right click this disable fill here to just take off the black outline. Alright, so I'm just going to press P on my keyboard to just send it back. Alright, so P will just position it properly on your canvas. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to just bring my, alright, let me give it red color. Okay, so red color instead. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade the down portion, the downside of this image, this background. So I'll head over to my transparency tool and then click and hold Control, and then I will just fade it this way, just take it up a bit, something like this is fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click here to release the transparency tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this background inside my red background here. So I'll just right click and drag on top of it, and then I'll come and click on power clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here to open the power clip, or right click the background and then come to edit power clip. Any of the two will take you inside the background like this. So I'm just going to open this up like this. Okay, so just going to open it up and then position it somewhere. Let me see how it's looking from outside. Alright, so I think this is okay, this is not bad, but I'm going to send it up. So there is a way you can select the background from inside the power clip. So what you have to do is to just hold your alternate and then click on the background. So as you can see, the knot here, instead of being four square, it's now like a circle round. Alright, so that means the background has been selected inside, so I can just do my adjustment from here like this without opening the power clip. Alright, so guys, alright, for now I think this is okay. So the next thing I would like to do, I think I need to fade the image a bit some more. So I'll select it and then I'm going to just take this one up like this. Alright, so I think for now this is okay, but there is one thing I want to do. I'm going to select the let me open the background. I'm going to select this image. I want to add it too sharp, so I'm going to blur it out a bit. So I'm coming to my effect here, then come to blur and then Gaussian blur, and then you might want to fade. Let me see, in Photoshop I gave it 10, but let me see 11 over here. 11 is too much. Let me close it and see. 11 is too much, so I'll go back to say I'll give it 10 and see, sorry, drop this tool, come to effects, then blur and then Gaussian blur. Let me see, 10, or better still I can just play around it. Okay, I do not want it to be too blurred out. I still want the features of the background to be visible somehow, so just play around it. Photoshop and Coreldraw has their separate ways of All right, I think this is not bad. All right, this is okay. At least you can still see the stairs. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to type the church name. All right, so let me give it a red color, and then I'm going to write the name of the church, Jesus Life Ministry. All right, oh sorry, red color instead. And then I'm going to use these fonts, Poppins semi-bold. Okay, it's here already, so I'm just going to drag this here, and then I'm going to resize this. Then I'm going to space it. So come and select your shape tool, and then you click this side and just space it like this a bit. And then maybe I'm going to open it up some more like this, and then I'll just place it here like this. And then I'm going back to my resources, and then I'm going to get the church logo from here to Coreldraw. Alright, so I'm just going to resize the church logo to very small size, bring it here. Okay, so I think this is okay. Alright, so I'm just going to select this like this, and then bring it to this side a bit like this, and I think this is fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go for my text tool again, and then I'm going to reduce the size to say 6 for now, and then I'm going to change this font. I will use a font called Bogatti. Okay, so I'm just going to type present. Alright, so I'm going to change it to say black. Okay, then I'm going to just open it up some more, and I'm going to place it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is I need to push my background, the inner background a bit. So I'll hold my Alt, then I'll select it from the background, then I'll just push it up. This thing, this is okay. Well, alright, so I'll just leave that to that. Then I'll bring this also a bit down. Then I'm going to go for my text tool again. Then I'm going to write Hour of Glory. Okay, so Hour of Glory. I'm going to change the font again to Poppins, but this time I'm going to go back and change it from semi-bold to bold. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color to white, and then I'm just going to open it up like this, and I'm placing it here. So this is okay. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is let me push this up a bit. Then I'm going to make a copy of this present here. So right click and drag, and then once you leave your mouse you see all these options. Then come and click on copy here. Then I'm going to change the color to white, and then I'm going to edit this text. I'm going to edit the text to theme. Yeah, okay, so I'll just open it up some more like this. Then I'm just going to leave it here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a copy of this text again. Right, so just right click and drag, then copy it. So I'm just going to write and then I'm going to just space down like this, and then I'm going to write vessel. Okay, so vessel like this, and I'm going to write of honor. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I need all these text there and the vessel and the of honor to be separate. So I'm going to press Ctrl K on my keyboard to break them apart, and then I'm going to just bring this one here, and then I'm going to change the font to okay, so this here is the font. So this is the font I'm using for this. So let me drop the text tool, and then over here too I'm going to use a font called Black Stars. Alright, okay, so this is the font I'm using for the vessel. I'm going to just open it up some more like this, and then I'm going to place it there. And also the honor, I'm just going to also resize this like this, and then I would like to just spread it this way. Okay, and then I'm just coming to push it under it like this, and I think guys this is okay. So I'll just select all of this like this. I'm going to open it up like this, bring it down. Okay, so just place it here for now. Okay, so that is it for now. What I'm going to do next is, let me see, okay, I'm heading back to my resources here, I'm going to drag this spot and this oil horn of oil and this spot. Okay, just going to resize it. Now what I'm going to do is, the space around it is really big, so I'm just going to place it here and then select my text, my shape tool. Then I'm just going to highlight this and then bring it down this way like this, and then also I'm going to highlight this side, then I'm going to bring it like this. Let me see the top, it's too much, just bring it back like this, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Then I'm going to bring it, and then over here, and I'm going to bring it up. Okay, alright, so I think that is fine. So I'll just bring it over here like this, then I'm going to open it up some more like this. So let me bring this one down. So I'm just coming to position it here like that is fine. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is, let me bring it down a bit like this. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some shadow under this one. So I think I'm still going to have to take it up a bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just come to my circle, my ellipse tool here, select it, and then I'm going to just zoom this. Let me draw something like this. Okay, we're trying to create some kind of, the color is red, let me change it to black, some kind of shadow. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just place this thing under this spot. Alright, so let me just play around this thing a bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, first of all, I'm going to come to effect, come to blur, then Gaussian blur. Let me just blur this thing out a bit, bring this one down. Alright, I think this is okay for now. Just click on. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to press control page down on my keyboard to just take it down. So control page down to just send it behind, so it will look like it's a shadow. Okay, alright, so let me see how it's looking. Alright, so we'll leave that to that for now. Let me bring it down a bit, just select it like this, and then you can bring it down like that, and I think that is fine. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to select this together with the horn and the shadow, and then I'll press Ctrl G on my keyboard to just group it, or you can come and click, let me undo, you can come and click here, or Ctrl G on your keyboard, sorry, Ctrl G on your keyboard to just group it. Alright, so that is it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just right click it, and then I'm going to come and click on power clip inside, then I'll send it inside the background like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to sorry, I need to write. Okay, I will actually come back and come and work on the theme, but let me add the Bible verse. So the Bible verse is, let me change the font from this to Poppins, and I'll just untick the bold. So it's 2 Timothy 2:21. Alright, so that is it. I'm just going to place it here, resize it this way, and then I'm going to leave it like this. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is, I'm just going to create some white background over here. So in Photoshop we use the lasso tool, but over here we don't have lasso tool, but then we have freehand tool. So click here, click on this tool. I don't know what tool is the previous tool you use in this command, but maybe sometimes you see the pen tool here or whatever tool. It is under the zoom tool. So just click and hold, and then select the first one, which is the freehand tool. The shortcut key is F5. So I'm just going to take my time and draw some zigzag shape here. So I'll just go like this. Sorry, with this one it doesn't really go well like that of Photoshop, but I'm just going to manage it like this. Okay, I'm just giving you a concept. There are other things you can use. There is this tone paper effect that you can use. Okay, so I'm going to change the color to white. Okay, Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this one inside my background. So I'll just right click and click on power clip inside, then click on the background to place it inside. Now as you can see, it is on top of the port. So let's open the power clip and then we'll select this one, then control page down to send it behind. So you can just open it up, and then let me take this side up a bit like this, and I think this is fine. Let me close it. Alright, so over here this is what we have. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to okay, so let me go back to my resources. I'm going to select this, select this, select this, then I'm going to drag them to Coreldraw like this. Okay, I'll just resize this one down, bring it here, and then I'm going to, let me zoom, bring all these ones here. Alright, so these ones I'll be using them like this, but this one has a black outline that needs to be taken out, sorry, a white outline that needs to be taken out. So I'm going to come to my trace bitmap here, or better still, you can, it's just black and white already. I'll just come to trace bitmap, I'll come to outline trace and then line art. Okay, so we are going to wait, it's going to load. Alright guys, so as you can see, the loading is done. So after it's done, you are just going to go ahead and then click on OK over here. Alright, so I'll drag the trace here, and then now I can delete this one. Alright, so this one is, let me feel like you can because I'm using it on a white background, I don't need to remove the white shape inside here. So I'll just resize it down, I'll bring it here, resize it, and then I'm coming to bring this one also here, this one too, because it's black and I'm using it black. I'll not just do anything about it, I'll just leave it like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just position all of these ones, resize them properly, and then alright, so that is it for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just type my date and then the time. So I'll go to my text tool here, I'm going to click, then I'm changing the size to 6 or 7. Okay, 7. Then I'm changing the typeface, the font to Kenya Coffee. Alright, so I'm going to type first 2023. Alright, so I'm going to change, the color is white, so I'm changing it to black, and then that is that. Alright, so I'm going to just place this one here, and then the next thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm going for my text tool, and then this time I'm going back to poppins, and let me use semi-bold. So I'm going to select semi-bold here, or medium, semi-bold or medium, any of the two, and then I'm going to write the data used on the first one. This one, this tutorial, actually the design actually is not a valid design. I'm just designing this for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, so you can put in any date. I'm just going to put 3rd, or okay, let me use today's date. I'm going to use 5th of October. Okay, so I'm going to just write 5th October. Okay, so I'm going to open this one up, okay, like this, and then I'll come to this place. I'm going to just space it like this. Okay, and then also this one I can resize this one down like this. Alright, so that is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two and then right click and drag to the right side, and then I'm going to copy it here. So I'm going to just edit the 2023 here. I'm going to edit it to the time, so say I'll give it 6:30 p.m. Alright, so let's say 6:30 over here, and then I'm going to click on this one, and then I'm going to write PM sharp, sorry, PM sharp. Okay, so that should be fine. Then I'll place this one also under it, and then over here let me bring this one down. Then I'm going to just create a copy of this, or you know what, let me try bold for these two fonts. Okay, so I'm just going to select bold. Let me see how it's looking. Okay, not bad. So I'm just going to select this, drag it here, then copy it here. So I'm going to use this to write my location. So I'll just give it my current location, my personal location. Alright, so Amasamai Obeye, Amasamai Obeye. So say Accra, Ghana. Alright, so that should be fine there. Alright, so the next thing is I'm going to bring this, copy this down, and then I'm going to use this to write my contact number. So I will write my country code, which is +233, then into bracket 0597 971 358. Alright, so this is also my personal number, but I'm going to just spread this like this at least, yeah, and then I'm going to just position it right here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is let me bring this up and then resize this down, bring it this way, bring this also this way, then I can bring this also up this way, and I think this is fine. So I'm just going to group all of this thing and then select all and then group it. Alright, so I'll just bring it here to this side like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the white one, sorry, the white background from the power clip, and then I'll just bring it down. Okay, so let me turn it this side this way. Right, so I think this is okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is to head over to my resources again, and then I'm going to bring the picture of the pastor over here. Okay, so this is actually my pastor, this is my church, the name of the church is my church, and then the pastor here is my pastor. Alright, so guys, hey, I just revealed a secret to you, and you're going to keep that as a secret, right? Do not tell him, okay? Alright, so I'm just going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade these parts. Okay, so I'll come to my transparency too. I want to fade this side. Okay, not every side, but just this side, and then I'm going to actually place him inside the background. So I'll just right click and then come to power clip inside, and I'll click on the background to just place him inside the background that way, and I think that is fine. So yeah, let me see. Okay, so I'm coming back to my team here. I'm coming to select the team. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl G to group it, and then I'm going to add a black outline, and then the black outline, let me give it say 1.5, and I'm going to place the outline behind the main text and then around the edge. So I'm going to press F12 on my keyboard to open the pen outline this diagram. Right, so come and click on the corners here, come and click on the round corner, and then come over here to click on behind fill like this. Okay, so if you do not, as you can see, the outline is showing on the main text. So if you place it behind fill, it will just hide it behind. Okay, so let me even give it, let me see, 2. Alright, so that is fine. And then the next thing I want to do is let me just give it 1.5, then I'll add a shadow to it. So come to your shadow tool and then just click and drag like this. Okay, I just need the shadow to drop a bit. Alright, so come and select the fedrance, take it to say 10, and then your transparent your opacity, you can bring it to 100, or yeah, maybe this is too dark. So depending on how you want it, you can just play around your shadow to your own taste. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that to that. Alright, so the last and the final thing I want to do is I'm just going back to my resource, and then I'm going to get my final thing, which is the light flare. Okay, so as you can see, it's very big. I'm just going to resize it down like this. Okay, so I will still resize it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come and click my transparency tool, and then I'm changing the blend mode to screen like this. Alright, so I'm just going to create more copies. Alright, create like 4 copy. Alright, so I'll bring one here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, alright, just bring one here. I'm going to just open it, bring it here. Do not worry, okay, we'll place it inside the background, but then I need it to, so yeah, that's so I'll right click and then place it inside the background. And then let me bring one here, let me open that one up also. I just want to see how it's looking like before I place it. Okay, so this one I might want to reduce the opacity a bit. Okay, so I think that is fine. So I'll also right click and then I'll clip it inside the background, and say another one here, I'll open it up. Then this one, so I'm going to reduce the opacity to, I do not want it to be too loud. Okay, so I'll clip that one also inside. And the last one I'm just going to leave it somewhere here. Let me reduce the opacity. So guys, just you can place it anywhere you want. Okay, so alright, I think this one I'll just leave it here like this, and that is fine. So guys, as you can see, we have been able to achieve this result successfully in Coreldraw. Alright, so guys, if you have any question, if you have any comment, anything at all you want to tell me, yeah, you can drop that in the comment section down below, and I'm going to respond to it as soon as possible. Or better still, you can contact me on my number on this particular design. The number there is my personal number, and that number is my WhatsApp number. So guys, if in case you need anything or you want to ask any question, yeah, you are free to go ahead and ask, and I'm going to respond to you. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Alright guys, I'm going to see you in my next video. Sign out.